There's a lot of interest worldwide these days in data related to the current COVID-19 pandemic. There are several websites, like this one, that display an analysis of their data and have some pretty cool charts, graphs, and maps that help people understand what the data means. Their data scientists and database experts are working hard to find new ways to display the data and let users interact with it. But sometimes a user wants to see just a subset of the larger data set and be very specific about what data is displayed. The website may or may not allow this behavior. There are also sites that let a user download the raw data set and thus manipulate it in any way they want. But this requires some very special database skills to do. Now, Digits is a whole new kind of data management system. One of the tools we built on it allows all kinds of raw data sets to be quickly loaded and analyzed with minimal database skills. This tool is still in beta test, but can be downloaded and used to do what I will now show in this video. Now, I downloaded two data sets in CSV format. The first is from the New York Times that lets you download COVID cases in the United States, analyzed by state or counties. The second is a data set I downloaded from Johns Hopkins, which has more worldwide data. Now, these data sets are pretty small, but the Digit system is designed to handle much larger data sets. There's another video on this channel where I analyze the Chicago crime data, which has about 7 million rows and many more columns. But let's start with the New York Times data. So I grab one of these CSV files on the states and drop it on a definition that has 5 columns in it. This will let me import the data and create a table out of it. So there's only 1,281 rows in this table with 5 columns wide. And I'll do the exact same thing with the counties. Drop it on the county's definition, import it in, and just that fast I've got 2 tables now in the database, one for each of those data sets. If I double click on a particular table, it'll give me a select all. I can do the same with the counties one here. Here's all the counties and the states, the number of cases, deaths, and dates of those interactions. Now, if I want to drill down and see just the cases, for example, in Arizona, yes, I could come here and create a special query, or I could come and filter down here at the bottom and just show states that are Arizona. We made it even easier, so you could just double click on a value over here for Arizona, for example, and now I've got a data set that has just the Arizona, the 156 rows. I can sort by date by just clicking on the header, and here's all the various counties. Now, if I want to see the counties, I can just show the values, and we'll see that there are 11 counties right now with cases in Arizona, and Maricopa being the most. It'll tell you how many rows in the entire data set each county has. So if I go back to here, I can perhaps I want to see all the cases on the West Coast, for example. So I can select, maybe I want even Pacific ones like Alaska and Hawaii. So I'll select Alaska and California, Hawaii, Oregon, and Washington. Then I right click and say I want to display any with any of those. So there were 1,600 rows in the table where the state was either Washington, Oregon, California, Alaska, or Hawaii. I can see what the most common of those, Snohomish had the most cases as far as a county across those 5 states with 65 cases. Orange County in California had 61. Los Angeles next. So I can keep drilling down. If I want to see just the Walla Walla, Washington cases, I can just double click on that, and there's the 24 cases or entries in the table that apply to just Walla Walla, Washington. So we wanted to make it really easy to just load a data set in and quickly find how many rows each value has, let you drill down, do some analysis. We can chart some values. So if I want to, again, look at all the ones in Illinois, we'll sort by cases. We want to see how they've grown over the last 10 days or so. I say chart those. I did this in reverse order, so really the progression is the opposite here. But you can see how cases in Illinois have escalated over the last little bit. So let's go to the other data set from the Johns Hopkins. Now in this case, it's not just a couple of files. There are like 50 different files over the last 40 or 50 days here, from January 22nd up to yesterday. Now I don't have let's see, they started off with a simple province, state, region, last date, confirmed deaths, recovered, etc. But on March 22nd, they radically changed their format. You'll see that they added several columns and they renamed the columns and reordered them. So it's kind of tricky to get data imported, and I'll show how to do that. So for example, here I'm going to select everything from the beginning up to right before they change things. Now I've created this little definition here with the 8 columns that are in all of these things. So I can simply drag and drop, import all those files, append them in, and now I've got a single table with all the values in it. But from the 22nd after, I've got now 12 columns, but I don't have a definition over here. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So we'll come here and we'll say this is later, and we're going to use that as a template. So what this is going to do is give me the chance to edit each name type. So CSV doesn't let you specify which columns have numbers or dates or booleans and things like that. So I just default to string and let you pick which ones. So here admin2 is still a string, province, state, region, last update, the latitude, longitude, the confirmed. Now this is a number, so I want to change that to a number. The deaths likewise would be a number. Recovered would be a number. And active is a number. And the combined key is a string. So now I've got a nice little definition with these 12 columns, and I can now import that row or that one file now. Now I've got the March 22nd in this one. Now I want to append the others onto that table. So I take the 23rd through the 27th and just drop it on the later, import them in. So now I've got 20,000 rows that have everything from the 22nd on, and the earlier ones have fewer rows, but fewer columns as well. So let's just analyze the last few days here, this biggest data set. I want to see all the stuff in New York. So I just double click on New York just like before. Now I've got 378 rows in this table that deal with New York. And if I want to drill down and I want to see just New York City, so over the last 6 days, here's the data from the now they changed the date format on me here, which messes up the sort order here. But you can see that it went from 63 to 99 to 131, 199, 281, and 366. So you can see how those cases within New York City for deaths have accelerated. Here, the same with the confirmed. You can see that these confirmed cases, so we want to chart just those. I can just highlight those, chart the selected, and you can see how cases within New York City over the last 6 days looks like a pretty pretty steady climb. So what this tool allows you to do is take a data set that maybe you've never even seen before, load it in, analyze it, and build some basic charts and graphs based off of it. This is COVID-19 stuff. I've got crime data in the other video, but this could be health data, this could be mortgage data, any kind of data that a business might use for its customers. You can quickly load it in and analyze it. Now, thank you very much.